For this Daily Dose of Darrell, I'm going to read an excerpt from a book I wrote several years ago entitled A Slap and a Frown, The Heart of Alamance County. I'm going to begin on page 8, and it's going to be dedicated to my track coach at Auburn University, Coach Rosen, Coach Mel Rosen. And it's coming out on my anniversary, the anniversary of my last sermon I preached in my career as a full-time pastor serving a congregation. And that was on the 24th of May last year. Beginning with verse 8. Next, the javelin thrower. After years of playing every level of baseball in my hometown, it was a natural progression to go out for baseball in college. Being an art student required many all-nighters during the week with art projects due the next morning. The baseball team traveled during the week. I was looking for a way to do both. Then I saw the track team practicing and a couple of guys throwing a long stick. When I threw a baseball from the fence to home plate, it rarely got dirty. I asked the track coach if I could give it a whirl, since the track team traveled on weekends. And so just standing at the line, I threw it almost as far as the guys running up to the line. By the time the season opened, I learned the steps and was the number one thrower. Coach Rosen gave me a javelin to take home for the summer. Throwing in the field where I played peewee football in front of the textile mill was a strange sight for the locals. I continued to improve until I gave a huge throw with a monster growl, only to watch it finally land in the big power lines running to the mill. After the sparks settled, I found what was left of Coach Rosen's aluminum javelin with its newly melted spirals offering glimpses of the inside. When I returned to campus, I shocked him almost as much as I had shocked the javelin. He gave me another chance and another javelin. Varsity athletes were not to play intramural sports. Being the only varsity athlete in our developing fraternity brought pleas from my brothers for me to play a football game. Finally conceding and trying to stay out of the way, the very first play resulted in a shorter knee hitting my knee and the 2 pounds of pressure required to break my kneecap half in two. Following surgery, I returned to Coach Rosen with a cast from my hip to ankle. In front of the team, I became the example of what not to do. He gave me another chance. It was in South Alabama at a 5-way meet after months of rehab, miles of running, and hours of lifting that I saw my life flash before my eyes. The announcement was made to stay off the field as the javelin competition was underway. I focused, head down, started my approach run, lifted the sharp tip of the javelin, focused my vision and energy on that tip, went through my steps, stopped suddenly as I put all my power into that angle, and then began to let my eyes come down to the landing zone. The race going on around the track inspired the other coach to sprint across the field to cheer on his runner. The crowd sensed what was happening as the deadly shaft hurled through the air, and the coach ran unexpectedly toward their meeting. As the world went into slow motion, I saw all of what little life I had experienced flash before my eyes. The crowd sucked the air out of the stadium with a gasp. As the javelin hit with a thud, I went limp as a spaghetti noodle. The coach never knew what had happened as he went on racing across the field to his team. I, on the other hand, was no good after that. But that throw did result in a medal for me. Now, sitting on the bus at about the third row, I could see Coach Rosen coming. I had ruined his javelin, broken my knee, and now almost killed a coach, which I'm sure was one of his friends. I was ready for anything from him. He said in his pronounced Brooklyn dialect, Peoples, I need to talk with you. In all of my days of coaching, I have experienced almost everything. I've seen about all I could ever imagine. I have never, ever, ever had a team that has scored points in every event because I never had a javelin thrower. Now I've got a javelin thrower. Thanks, Peebles. Coach Rosen had given so much to me with chance after chance. Finally, I felt I had given something to him. Later, I heard him say, "You've earned a varsity letter and a scholarship." These experiences were teaching me lessons for the future. Make a commitment. Overcome obstacles. Never give up. Put your whole heart into the effort and believe the payoff is coming. God bless you from this Daily Dose of Daryl, an excerpt from A Slap and a Frown. God bless you.
Hey, thanks for all you're doing, and have a great day. God bless you.